I'm very fortunate. I work in the beautiful Barossa Valley. The Barossa is in South Australia, about an hour outside of Adelaide, heading north. Great diverse region, fantastic people, good community. Yeah.
Terrific. How many population-wise? I know there's a couple of towns in the Barossa.
Well, there's 3 main towns and a lot of little villages and towns around, so approximately 20,000 people.
So it's a real mix of rural, residential,
Predominant,
lifestyle.
yeah.
Mainly your residential?
Yeah, I mainly look after residential, a little bit of rural sales and some viticulture sales.
And yourself, in the industry for how long?
Approximately 6 years, 4 as a salesperson.
Yes.
But our current principal, David Cook, purchased the business I used to manage as a senior property manager and business manager.
So 6 years ago you were doing what?
I was in my own business, rural merchandise store, a CRT Rural Co store and fertiliser agency.
There you go. So in that 6 years, how have you seen the industry change?
Oh, incredibly so. In our region, I can only really speak for our region. We did see a significant fall in prices when I first came into the industry. It was hard yards early for new people like myself in industry. I did have the luxury of having a large database, having business, children at school, and running a previous real estate company in the area.
So when you say database, you mean if you had to sit down and new to the industry 6 years ago, you simply went, well, she's a mum from school, they were people I dealt with, she's someone who I buy my milk from, they are people. So I think sometimes people get a bit intimidated by the word database, but there's simply a lot.
Everyone you know is your database. You utilise them, is my best advice.
So what is your database? How do you keep your database?
By being involved in the community.
And how do you keep track of it? Is it a My Desktop function?
Yes, it is, definitely. I'm learning more and more about my desktop every day. I think we actually only utilise it probably 25% of its capacity. It's there to make our lives easier. We just have to embrace it.
Yeah. So you do have disciplines around a database, though? You do have a contact protocol?
Yes, we do. We have an action plan for every contact, every appraisal, every listing, every past vendor, and every prospective vendor.
And you have a contact protocol? We
do. We have action plans and task reminders associated with all of those.
Terrific. So, what do you most enjoy about our industry?
Oh, contact with people. Yeah. So I love it. Making a dollar's a bonus, but actually the contact, it doesn't actually feel like work to me, so I'm fortunate.
Is that the secret?
Well, it is. That's what works.
Found something that is your passion, do you think?
Yes, yeah, definitely.
So, the aspects that you don't so much enjoy?
I hate the labels associated with salespeople and industry representatives in our industry, because I don't think they're actually terribly accurate. They might be elsewhere, but I don't feel like they are in our community. I know 90% of the people I sell houses for and who I sell houses to. So there's, the word integrity and trust gets thrown around a lot, and it drives me nuts, because it's something, if you know your database and know your community, they're the 2 things you have to do the best.
Yeah. No, I agree. So, why Julia Smith? What is your unique selling proposition? Would you suggest?
I have a genuine interest in my community.
You perpetuate your own profile.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Via sporting clubs or?
Through the school. I'm on the school board. Through sporting clubs. I have very accomplished and active children in sport. As well as myself, I still play tennis, I still play golf, I still swim, attend the local gym, do all that sort of thing. So, but I do it because I love it, not because it helps my profile. I just do it anyway. I've always done it. I'm out and about, people see me out and about, I always have my colours on.
So you're always in uniform, you're
Always,
identifiable.
unlike today, because they said we're allowed to come here casually. So, yeah, I'm always in my colours. Sport, supermarket, school, always.
In your community, are you finding that people always want to know about real estate or want to ask you questions about someone's real estate?
Yes. It's never ending, and it is a bit of a balance when you know your community so well and your client database so well that you actually can't get away from it. It's 7 days a week. But there's ways you can manage that.
Yeah.
People are respectful of your private time, so
good.
If you ask them to be.
So nuts and bolts. Again, Julia Smith turning up to my place.
Yeah.
What do you walk in going, my secret to walking away with this listing is X? What is that X?
Listen.
Listen?
Ask open-ended questions and just let I don't talk about the property probably for the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of our meeting.
Right.
I actually talk to my clients about what they need, what their motivation is to move, how I can help them, and just do the extra things. If they've given me an area of where they want to live, I refer them to someone within Elders to help them if it's not an area of my expertise, if it's out of our area. If not, I get all their borrow requirements, I understand their timelines, and then I look at their house.
Yeah.
It's actually about them, not about their house.
Before you get there, have you delivered a pre-list? Have you delivered, or do you?
Historically, no.
Right.
I don't do any of that. I will call them, let them know I'm going to do some homework and bring some homework with me, being a CMA.
Yeah. Are you a one lister, a one appointment lister, or do you do a 2 appointment strategy? Or?
I generally do a 2 appointment strategy. I'll send them a detailed letter with a detailed marketing campaign because I don't go in there with any preconceived ideas.
Okay.
I don't, because it depends on their needs.
Yeah. Yeah.
As to, I'm big on auctioning property. I just find for cash flow for the business and results for our vendors, I find that auction campaign for semi-rural, rural properties, which we sell a lot of,
yes. So
really works.
Do you think we're in a good market? I should be suggesting auction, or do you just run with an auction mantra in any market?
I run in any market because I find best price in market is found through an auction campaign, and the auction's actually the byproduct.
Right.
What we're trying to do is identify price.
Right.
So that's generally what I do.
So do people appreciate that you've got certainty around that?
Yeah. And they're blown away by the concept of it. It's a 3-step campaign, and in 6 weeks we'll know what your property's worth.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and if we find a cash buyer, we're not limited to bank valuations through lending.
Yeah. So I think we touched on it before, but you're just community service and community minded. Is that the best way you promote yourself?
Yeah, I absolutely love where I live. Love it, love it, love it. And people see me, I'm a very sociable person. My children are very sociable. We do a lot of things together as a family, even though I've got grown-up boys.
Yep.
We still do lots together. People see us on the golf course, people see us at the footy clubs,
Yeah.
people see us at the supermarkets.
So as far as a promoting method, if you were 6 years ago coming into the business in the Barossa, what would you hang your hat on as far as promoting yourself? What would be the billboard, the bus shelter, the letterbox drop? What do you think you would
Personal
run with?
contact. Over and above all of that, you have to speak to people. And not just about real estate, but be available.
Right.
Yep.
So sit at the bakery in your pinks.
Yep. Letterbox drops have been very successful in our area, along with a marketing campaign. I'm finding our digital campaign that we're doing now with that winter holiday is phenomenal, the results from that in our office.
A good
for all of us,
campaign.
not just for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you guys are really strong in your social media and good at it?
I think we can be better, and we are getting better at it. but it is paying dividends. However, personal contact above all.
So that's the one recurring
Yep.
is simply
Yep.
by being a presence in your market,
Yep.
in your
Yep.
local area.
Don't blow in and blow
because
out.
It is quite tribal. The
Very.
Barossa,
Oh yeah.
and it's quite.
Yeah.
So
We've got one established independent company. I love that. They have got market share, and that's our market share to get. So that.
Absolutely.
Look out, Homburgs, here we come.
We'll make sure they get that.
Yeah.
But they will, in what I'm trying to get to is that if someone was looking to, those people in that tribe, in the Barossa, recognise you.
Yes.
And
Yep.
you're obviously
Yep.
very approachable, and I know, having known you, you come across very well. So just by being you and being visible is probably a good tip for a lot of people coming in.
People have to know. People know where I am on the weekends.
Yeah.
I'm at the footy, whether I'm on the canteen, whether I'm timekeeping, whether I'm cheering the boys on from the sideline or whatever. I'm involved.
And I guess that bleeds into my next question, is about your pipeline of business. So you know this business ebbs and flows from, can be sell or starve, and so how do you maintain some consistency? I mean, I know.
I think I'm
writing
still
good
learning
figures.
about that. I am into my figures, and I have my weekly and monthly targets, KPIs, that I'm very strict on.
Right. So when do you set those KPIs? Do you review them? Do you just set them for the 12 months and rock and roll, or do you review them?
No, I set them for the 12 months because I have a projected growth within my business, within the business, and I look at them weekly, I look at them monthly, and I look at them quarterly to make sure I'm on track. Because what I haven't done in 1 week, I have to do the next, and that's about as.
Who does you? Do you have someone check and balancing you?
Yeah, Cookie and I generally work really closely together, and then we.
David Cook.
Yeah, David Cook. Yeah,
business
he's our
owner,
principal. Yep. Sorry, David Cook. Him and I work very closely together. When I first joined his business, I thought his goal setting was ridiculously high for someone quite new.
Yep.
But if you don't write it down, you don't achieve it.
Correct.
So
Yeah. You set a target,
Yeah.
or you're going to miss it every time. So that's good. So has that, having set that,
Yeah.
and having from the start been gone, shit, that's pretty substantial and bullish. Did you get there?
Yeah. Haven't missed one.
Terrific. And you ramp that up,
Yes.
have ramped that up every year?
And apparently I'm getting a full-time PA, whether I like it or not.
Perfect. So you haven't got a PA?
No.
So you use the facility, the pooled facility at
Yep.
your office?
And
you're not a big office, are you? There's
No, we're
three
not.
salespeople. There's a selling principal, yourself and
Stephen
Steve.
Thompson, yep.
A property management book of about
257, I think we have now.
250. So,
Yep.
you know, you're a solid, small, medium
Yeah, we are.
size agency.
The reason we're looking at PA is to substantially increase my numbers.
Right.
Because
Do you mind me asking what sort of figures you did last year?
just over 400.
So gross 400?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you're well and truly into PA territory, I would have thought. So
Oh, yes.
how
It's a confidence thing.
So is that PA, what have you said to yourself, that 400 will now be
Oh, it'll have to be 550.
550 to 6?
Yes. Minimum of 550.
So are you struggling with the idea of a PA?
I'm struggling with the responsibility of paying a PA.
Right.
For the reason is I actually want someone to come in and hit the ground running with me while I've still got momentum. Those people are actually very hard to find in industry, particularly in regional areas.
True.
Very hard.
So, not wanting to talk out of school, but are you paying for your PA?
Yes, I will be.
Okay. So he or she will be your responsibility?
Correct.
So the principal gives them a roof over their head
Yes.
and the kettle and some biscuits.
Yep.
Everything else is up to you.
Yes.
So, terrific. So,
I'm okay with that, but I have to find the right person.
terrific. And you're recruiting for that now?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you would want them to have their licence?
Yes. And be literate with my desktop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why the PA? Just from a time management point of view?
That's all. That productivity and time management for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll look forward to interviewing you next year
Yes.
and seeing how the PA is going.
I'm interviewing next week on
But are you looking
Thursday.
forward to that prospect of having that work
Yeah.
aligned?
Oh God, yeah. Yes, I am.
So you'd be specific around your job description.
Oh, I've already got it. I've got it loud and clear.
Terrific.
So yeah,
terrific.
yeah.
What do you do? Other than sell houses, play golf, play tennis, play night owls,
Yeah.
what else do you bloody do to relax?
I love.
Anything? Have I missed anything?
No, I was a footy trainer for the local footy club, not this year, for the last 6 years. Absolutely loved it. So I've got my level 2 sports trainer's ticket and my sports masseuse ticket, of which I don't utilise enough now because I'm a real estate agent. So, but I am filling in next weekend for Tanunda Footy Club, helping them out. I'm on the school board. We're going through significant change building a middle school through our Lutheran school system in the Barossa. I was on the board when we changed the primary school over to an IB school and did massive, and the same principals asked me to get on board. Love that side of things. To relax, I love having people over, love having the kids around. My house is like a halfway house. It's sort of got this revolving door of teenage boys that roll
The odd
through.
red wine, maybe?
Oh, yeah, when I can. And cook. I love to cook.
Right. So I'm getting a very good gist that your community involvement is the basis of your business.
Yeah.
In a relationship business
Yeah.
like ours,
Yeah.
your greatest point of difference is the fact that you are front and centre with your community.
Yeah, love it.
Immersed in your community.
Yep.
And not just turning up to P&F meetings because you think that's a prospecting. It's just
Oh,
that
God,
just
yeah.
happens
Yeah, no.
organically.
No.
So there's someone, so community involvement is a great thing, and
Yeah.
for someone watching this that says, you know, how do I kick off? It's in a community such as yours that we're quite contemporary in all over Australia. Go and seek out the Apex Club. Go and seek
Yeah.
out go play footy. Get tangled up with the committee.
Yep.
That sort of thing. Terrific.
So many good people to meet out there, and there's so many good stories.
True. What are the greatest threats to your business?
Oh, to me is consistency. Must be consistent. Not following policies and procedures. We got really good procedures there to grow business. If we don't follow them and drop the ball,
Yeah.
then we lose momentum and lose market share.
Okay. So the catchphrase of a lot of our industry over the last couple of years has been disruption and disruptors.
Yep.
What's been disrupting your
In
business?
the early days, I focused too much on my opposition. It's always good to know what they're doing. However, if you've got a successful plan of attack and your conversion rates are really good with appraisals and listing, keep going.
Yep.
Don't lose focus on that.
Yeah.
I'm quite focused on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have too many distractions.
How many do you think is, and sorry to jump back to the database thing, how many contacts on your database would you think is good critical mass?
1,000 active contacts.
There you go, key point, 1,000, terrific.
Yep.
So,
Very hard to manage any more than that
agree?
properly
Yes.
when you haven't got a PA. So yeah.
He or she will be managing that pipeline and creating those
Yes.
communications,
Yeah.
all of that. So
Yes.
you're purely front facing, you're
Yeah.
open inspections, you're doing listing appointments,
Yes.
and you get rid of the back end.
Yes. Yeah. I am a little bit of a control freak when it comes to paperwork and things like that, but I don't actually need to be if I've got a licensed PA. I
Yeah.
still need to I need to pass all that on.
A thousand active contacts, you think insulates you from all of these aggregators, you know, the people ringing up wanting 20% of your fee to give you a referral?
Yes, I think it does.
That's the greatest way of
Yep.
insulating and insuring against
Yes.
all of that.
I've actually changed my, when you talk about critical numbers, I've actually changed the way I do letterbox drops. I'm not into the scattergun approach of just get as many out there
Spray
as you
and pray.
can. No, not at all. 400 homes, 3 points of contact, the next 400 homes, 3 points of contact, and go from there.
So there's some key numbers. So 400,
Yep,
400 letterboxes.
yep.
Then
I'll stick a promotion, a local coffee voucher, something like that. The next contact, and then my third contact is I'm in your street this week.
okay.
And then I can generally get a call from them, or they'll see me out and about and say, hey, can you come and have a look?
Terrific.
So
a good result, 400 out. 5, 10?
10, I would be working on 10 contacts out of that. So,
There you go.
Yep.
There you go. Where do you see this all in 10 years? Where do you see our industry?
Well, with elders, I actually have a lot of confidence. As you well know, I was with a different colour before I joined elders.
So you've seen them
And I've had the luxury of the what not to do, and which led David to gravitate to elders. We talked about this probably a little while before we did it, and it wasn't a hard decision to make.
So what's the great? Have you? And again, not looking to pump our own tyres, but have there been noticeable
yes,
upside in
yes,
the change? And
there is
that was
big value in brand recognition.
Great, and Elders has been...
Particularly in South Australia, being the home of Elders, so
Yeah,
yes.
Great. And so that's only it's nearly 12 months since the brand changed. So
Yes, we're having a birthday on September the 12th.
yeah, great. So, and from my point of view, you very quickly become one, if you know, very nearly our most successful office in the network. So there's really been no.
My question is, how do I get on that elite boat? What numbers do I have to do to
You just
get
got to
on
give
that?
us full 12 months.
Right.
Julia, and if you do what you did last year,
Yeah.
you'll be fine.
Okay, thank
You'll
you.
be fine. So, in wrapping up, 6 years on, you've been with Ray White, you're now with Elders, you're still relatively fresh in the industry, I think.
Wow, thanks.
What do you tell these people that come to you, and what would you tell one of your kids who said, I want to be a real estate agent?
I've had two of my boys come to me and say, Mum, I wouldn't mind getting involved, and I've actually said to them, boys, you need 5 years experience under your belt, you need to be a tenant, you need to be a landlord, and you need to be a homeowner.
A homeowner?
Yes, of which Henry, my 20-year-old, has just become.
Terrific.
And Austin's not far away.
So how long has it taken you for your business to become or hit maturity? How long did it take? Well, I guess it always matures, but how long before you could go, yeah, I can give up any notion of having to take on a part-time job at the fruit and veg shop?
Within the first year for me, but I'm a bit different because I live and so community focused. I had a massive contact base, and that's the basis of employing all new staff members. So we've just got Heidi, who hits the ground this week. She's looking after all my listings.
Yeah.
She's going to be highly successful, local girl, well known, great database, no real estate experience. She has been a homeowner, is a landlord. She's 30 and she has got the fire in the belly. I didn't want to employ anyone else who was already in industry. Too many bad habits. There's no one working at any other company within the Barossa Valley that I would like to introduce to the business, and David and I have talked about that a lot.
Yep.
So we're going for local people, local databases, good identities, community focused. They're our next salespeople.